Hi, Amanda here from Patchwork and Papercraft, and it's been a month, but you know, my health has not been as good as it should have been. Hopefully I'll be able to post these once a week. We'll see. Anyway, this is the start of a new series called Let the Wheel Decide. And what I've done is, if I can turn you around so you can see this. No, you can't. There we go. Little one there. I have bought this little wheel. Yeah, anyway, it's the idea is I'm going to spin it and it will decide whether we do a video on papercraft, patchwork, what else have I got on there, resin, or something new. Then I'll spin it again to see what sort of patchwork or papercraft it's going to be, if it lands on those. I think that makes sense. Anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? Okay, so this is the little wheel. It's not brilliant, but we'll see how we do. Try something new. Okay, so we're on try something new. Let me think about that for a minute, and I'll come up with something. All right, so I went to the shops to find something new, and I came up with this. And I got two of them. Well, it says it's Mini Brands Create. Doesn't say create what. So I think that qualifies. So let's have a go here. I've got... go all the way down. Oh, well, never mind. That's fine. We can cope with that. Another one, yes. Come on. Oh well, a bit weird. Oh, there we go, that's off. So let's see what's inside this bowl for us to do. I've got a strange mushroom. Oh, it's a chef's hat. It's a UV light. Resin, possibly. Which isn't something new, but, you know, it's in a new format. What's in here? Well, we've got turntable-y thing. Oh, pretty little plate. Look, that's quite pretty. And another plate. Pair of pretty useless tongs. And some sort of handle. Weird, but okay. What's next? Next we have possibly the instructions. We've got a cardboard thing and a mat. No. Well, it can't be for holding that because that's too big. God knows, maybe it's just to look pretty. Let's have a look here then. Oh, we're making food. Well, I suppose that would make sense. Only because if we look on the side, it does say MasterChef dishes, which I've only just noticed, but there we go. So it could be ramen, glazed lamb, pork. Well, they're not on the right sort of dishes. So it could be one of those, a cherry chocolate cake, or a cheesecake, or a strawberry cake, or a cinnamon pie. Right, so, well, oh, it's the instructions are on the other side. Here we go then. Better open everything to check we've got everything. All right, so chocolate cake base, cherries. They are tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny little cherries. Can you see how tiny they are? Possibly not, actually. They're small. I'll measure one in a minute and you'll see. And the last one in the pot is, it's a nozzle, a jar of whipped cream, a little jar of sprinkles, which there's not many in there. You can't really see. If I even do that, you can only just see a tiny bit. And chocolate sauce. Oh, and that's it. So let's check that we've got everything. So it says we should have a square box, the chocolate cake mix, the cherries, the nozzle with the chocolate sauce, okay, whipped cream. Oh, it says to put that onto there to make a little sort of a table-y thing. For your table, and yeah, it's a bit weird that a chair on a plate on a plate on a plate, really. But anyway, and then we should have a fork. I haven't got a fork, and it says I should have one of these a fork and one of them. So let me double check all these packets to see if I've left anything inside them. Yes, I did. Typical. Look at this, they're hidden right in the corner there. This is why I didn't throw them away, isn't it? But now that I've got everything, I can. Alright, so, what's this? This is in lots and lots and lots of different languages. We've got all sorts of languages on here. I don't suppose it's in English, is it? Not suitable for children under 36 months. No, I shouldn't imagine they'd know what to do with it. Use under adult supervision. Well, I think we're okay there. Conforms to ASTM D4236. Don't know what that is. Please keep this instruction as it contains important information. Read and follow before use. This toy contains batteries that are non-irreplaceable except the strawberry cake, which does not contain a battery component. Odd, but okay. This is not food. Do not eat. Okay. Fair enough. Use in a well-ventilated place. I think we're okay there. Don't put it on the surfaces without a protective layer. Well, if it's resin, that would make perfect sense. Do not use on fabric or hair or porous surfaces. And do not touch before it's dry. Well, that makes perfect sense. Now, it is saying that little chef's hat is a UV light that takes 2 hours. 2 hours! I'll go and get my little lamp instead, but, you know, we'll use it for a minute, and then I'll go and get my lamp, and we'll use that instead. Stay still. Okay, so that obviously, well, it's not in the instructions, so it's obviously just a holding device to keep this flat. All right, instructions. Number 1. Using the whipped cream, put some on top of the chocolate cake base. Add the strawberries. Make a big dollop in the middle using the other half of the cream. Put the cake base on. Pour over the chocolate sauce and the sprinkles. And then the light of it. Hang on a minute. Then it says to use the whipped cream again. Well, if you use half of the whipped cream here and the other half of it here, how do you have any left to use here? That's odd. Another odd thing is what is this whipped cream? Because if it's a type of resin, it's not going to harden. Because there's no way light can get through a brown object like that cake base. And for resin to harden, it has to have, you know, the light has to get to it. So let's hope it isn't resin. All right. So in this little box, the box is cute. Might keep that for something else. So we've got 2 textured pieces of pseudo cake. Plonk one on there. I'm just warming this up in my hand while I'm doing this, so that it'll be usable when the time comes. Okay, we'll open the cherries. Oh, I said I was going to measure a cherry, didn't I? Put it on measure a few things so you can see how tiny they actually are. Because, I mean, these things aren't cheap. They were £8.99 each. So, you know, you want to see if you're getting your money's worth, don't you? Let me get a ruler. Oh, God, let me just reach it over there. There we go. So, if I put my ruler against it, you can see that this little tiny cherry is... Ooh. Three-eighths. Yeah. No. That's a quarter, so it's less than a quarter. That's an eighth. Half of an eighth is a 16th. Ooh, 3/16. Anyway, very small, very tiny. See if it'll work in centimetres instead. Let's see. Bring it in so you might be able to see it. Hang on. Oh, good grief. So tiny, it's bouncing about all over the place. There we go. Bring it in so you can see it. Let's see if it'll focus. Come on, focus. There we go. Half a centimetre. So each of those is half a centimetre. Your cake is 3.5 centimetres, or just over 1.25 inches wide. So that gives you some idea of the size of this thing. Okay, let's get on with this then. Just going to check whether this is glue or resin. Some sort of glue, I think, because it doesn't smell like resin. Yeah, I think this is glue, not resin. Oh dear, it's not easy to get out. There we go. I'll use this to spread it a bit. What I'm doing is trying to put some so that you can see it on the edge, because I mean, you're not going to see it in the middle anyway, are you? It's not like we're going to eat the bloody thing. if you're making it for real, you make sure you've got plenty in the middle, don't you? But there we go. One pretty messy looking cake, but okay. Then we want to put some more on the top. Come on. Oh, I don't think I've done this right, have I? Hang on, hold your horses. I'm looking back on this, it reckons I'm supposed to have put those in the middle of the cake. Or 4. Not going to see them. I suppose. If I split it once, that's what it'll get. Maybe that's what these weird little useless looking tongs are for. I shouldn't think so. That's obviously just for show. This is quite fiddly, I'll tell you that. I do hope you're enjoying this, because I'm not actually sure that I am, to be quite honest. There we go, and then we'll put the top back on, and hopefully I've left enough. Yeah, pointless. Can't bloody see them. Oh, I can't get anything out of that thing. So we'll just stick to it as it is. And, well, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. Yuck. Anyway, the next instruction actually says to put this on the top. And this is resin. That'd be alright if I could open the flating thing, which I can't. God, look at that, it's broken my nails in half. Good Lord. Oh, that's ridiculous. Grief. Never known anything so hard to get into. That's ridiculous. It really is. Now my scissors are covered. It's not really open, so whether I can put this on, I don't know, but there we go. Go. Then it says to put the sprinkles on the top. and then harden it, it says. Okay, well, basically you turn this on and you hold it above the top here. But if it thinks I'm going to stand here and hold this for 2 hours, it has another think coming, because that would be absolutely flipping ridiculous. However, you are supposed to hold this here for presumably 2 hours while it hardens. Although this actually says 5 to 20 minutes. Okay. It's obviously not very high power then. I don't suppose it would be, you know. I mean, UV lights are quite expensive. Anyway, I'm not going to subject you to my holding this for 5 minutes. So instead, I'm going to stop the video, carry on hardening it, and start it again after the time is up. Alright, so while that is under my UV light, I decided what I'd do, rather than waste time, was I'd open the second one of these and see what we got in it, because they are mysteries. So, well, might be exactly the same thing, in which case I won't bother making it. You know, this one don't want to open. Look at this. Finally got through that bit. This capsule is made with certified recycled plastic. How nice. Or something, I suppose, since they use so much of it. Oh, that one opened quite well. What we got in this one? Well, it looks exactly the flipping same. We've got another one of these things. We've got another board. More instructions, but I'm not going to look at that one because it'll tell me what it is we've got. I think that's all the gubbins in there. This feels like the tools, so that'll be, let's see what we've got tools wise. Well, it's a little bit different, so it obviously isn't the same thing. It's something. We've still got these useless tongs. I call them useless. I mean, I don't know if you noticed it when I was trying to pick up them cherries. They won't work. Chopsticks. Joined together, but they're chopsticks. Green onion. Chasu and boiled egg. What the hell is chasu? Some sort of meat. And a couple of boiled eggs in there. Top of this thing. There's no fork or anything in this one, by the looks of it. And what's in here? Little bowl. A pot of broth, which I'm guessing is resin. Ramen, nori and noodles. Well, nori is seaweed, which is what this green stuff is. Ramen noodles, I presume that's just noodles made out of ramen, which I think is some type of wheat. Okay, let's get rid of all the rubbish. Oh no, let's check I've got all the yes, check I've got all the ingredients. yes, we have all the ingredients. Get rid of the rubbish. Put the scissors away safely. Don't need them anymore. Right, so what is it? It's that. Okay. So reading the instructions, it says, oops, put the noodles into the bag. Into the pot. There we go. Add these to over there. There's something funny going on here. Let me have a look here. So you add the meat, then you add the nori, then you pour the broth in, then you add the eggs, the green stuff, and harden it. But it's not going to stick that green stuff down because it won't get underneath it. Now, it's a bit weird. And also, I don't know if you've noticed, but these pieces of green stuff, this nori, is enormous compared to the size of the plate. Half the plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these into smaller pieces because, well, I wouldn't want great enormous pieces in me broth. I don't think I'll use both either. I think I'll just use those two. Yeah, I've got put them. Very, very fiddly. Perhaps I should have just kept it a big piece. That's about like that. Other way round? Yeah, I think so. That bit underneath with the little ones on top. How's that? And it says, and then, well, I don't know. I'm convinced this isn't going to work, but we'll have a go. We'll have a go. It's very basic for, what, nearly £9. That's a lot of money, by the way. I'm not sure what the exchange rate is at the moment. Let's find out, shall we? Alexa, what is 9 English pounds in American dollars?
£9 is about $12 and 38 cents.
There you go. $12 US. I wonder if this one's going to be any easier to open. Oh, yes. That's something. This one at least opens. Don't get a nozzle or anything. It's a bit on the gloopy side. Get some all over the place. Can't get into this. Probably something that won't open on each one, I reckon. Now it'll hold. There we go. This will give you plenty of resin. I know in a lot of resin kits they don't really give you enough, but they obviously do in this one. And then we've got a couple of eggs which have to go. On top, so come on. Well, that was me saying they give you plenty. I'm not so sure they do now. I don't know about sticking these thingies on chopsticks, but we'll see. There we go. Right, find the chopsticks. What have I done with them? Oh dear, what have I done with them? I dropped them. Right, there they are. Held together like that. Chopsticks aren't really used like that, are they? They're used separated. Oh well, it's one piece, so, you know. See if I've got a little bit more to go on top of that to make sure that it's actually going to hold it. Come on. I think this is pretty much empty. I know I've got some of the chocolate sauce left from earlier, but that's coloured, so I've got a tiny little dribble coming out. Just enough to anchor the end. There we go. And again, you use the little light that comes with it and hold it over it for 10 minutes. Really? Well, again, I'm not going to hold it here for 10 minutes. I'm going to go and put it under the UV light. And I will show you the both of them when they're done. Right, so this one's now hardened. So we can add some more whipped cream. Which is, of course, some sort of glue. No good at icing. Can't do it with real cakes. I'm not at all surprised that this one's looking a bit pants. There we go. And we've got some cherries. Now these cherries I've noticed. I'll show you. They've got little tails on them. Stalks. So the ones on the top of the cake have stalks on, which is a bit on the odd side if you ask me, because I mean, you wouldn't eat them, would you? There we go. Yeah, so that's what theirs looks like, and that's what mine looks like. Well, not that different, I suppose. So there we go. That's, what do they call it? A chocolate something or other cake? Cherry chocolate cake. Cherry chocolate cake. So, and here's the other one, all fully hardened. It's actually still a tiny bit sticky, but it's had ages to dry in the UV, so I can just assume it'll carry on. Anyway, there we go. So that was try something new. A Go Create ball, is that what they were called? They were called Mini Brands Create. I have to go and get the wrapper out the bin to double check. Mini Brands Create by Zuru, and it's the Master Chef variety. But there we go. That's it for Let the Wheel Decide Part 1. Join me next time. I wonder what we're going to get next time. Bye-bye.